motivated. I'm going hard, yeah, you know I'm devoted. We running streets, yeah, you know we control it. She love the kids, she be busting.
Originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted.
Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
A part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
They'll try the left side with Gibson. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott.
Pass caught. It's Davis on the crossing route.
And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They just pick up a nice 1st down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
The Jaguars at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance, get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throws on target to Duvernay. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Prescott to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Harris Campbell, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jags take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Back to throw now on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here's a handoff to Swift running left.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
They're going to look to throw.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
On 2nd and 10, Prescott.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Here's 2nd and 8. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top. Take it.
And it'll be intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off.
And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle.
Down inside the 10.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there.
His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Joseph connects on the extra point,
and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Looking to throw. Prescott. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt.
And the Texans will take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift.
And this will be a Texans first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Once again, it's Swift.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
They'll run on first down. Knight. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They will run straight ahead with Swift, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Knight looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, That's how you end up winning it.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. A first down throw for Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Alexander. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd and inches, Prescott. And this is incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Antonio Gibson, the intended target.
And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Prescott yet again.
Open man is Duvernay. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Prescott looks to throw on first. He finds his man, complete. That's Gibbs. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the 17, Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. they've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives them a 1st and 10.
On the draw, it's Gibson.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Prescott off play action.
He'll air this one out deep for Davis.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Texans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
This is Swift on the counter.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. He'll look to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. That they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Here's Prescott. He's got it at the 15.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. The quick slant caught. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A third down pickup of 5.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. The game knocks this one through, and that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. On play action, they'll throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 16. So that a 56-yard punt with a 14-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
If they're going to get a 1st down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Gibbs. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
A throw over the middle, taken in.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple. Third down coming up.
Partner, you get about...
And the question now, can they get closer on third down? A field goal from here, you're looking at right about a 52-yarder.
To throw, Prescott.
Over the middle, complete. It's Gibbs.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
On first and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Gay's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series.
That's caught inside the 20.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He'll look to throw. And he'll
just get rid of it.
I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
On second down, Swift. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. In need of a conversion on third down. They had a big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He's back to throw.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Jaguars have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first.